Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's the last day of the Disco Subadonathon, and with that, the plan is that we're gonna be playing Disco Elysium for probably around 2 hours, because that's actually the amount of time I usually play a video game, and then I'm gonna for like a second stop the stream so I can then transition over to a unarchived stream of the video share, mainly because if I don't, then I'm gonna get a whole lot of dings, and I don't really want to deal with all of them dings. So yeah, keep in mind that also during this time, the Subadonathon, the like stretch goals that we have, so like me eating spicy ramen, if there's like $50 that have been donated, so on and so forth, are currently activated, mainly because I just want to do them, but the noodles one in particular I'm a little afraid of. So yeah, we're gonna just try our best and have a good time on our last day of the Disco Subadonathon. I'm going to take a sip of coolant, and I'm also starting the game right now. Bop boop bop boop boop, and all that jazz. It's been discoed up in this Elysium. I'm gonna take some water. I think it's interesting. Still think it's interesting that in Disco Elysium, this the statue is not just super weird and broken. It is of the original statue that got bombed during the war. The multiple wars that this setting has gone through. Oh, I'm gonna turn on desktop audio so RCB doesn't have to remind me, because RCB always reminds me of my desktop audio being off. But not this time, buckaroo. I am a professional gamer. Alright. I'm also a little low energy today. I've been spending a lot of time working on the upgrades. And honestly, as I said before, the build stream part that I would like to do probably is gonna happen like very soon, probably this upcoming week.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
So hopefully you all looked forward to that.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Huh? So should you.
I have a hat on.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, she's definitely baked.
Yeah, well. Look, man, fuck the hat.
Goddamn.
Your pulse rises. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else.
Fair enough.
My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. A
Good
cell.
name. Cell.
Why? Okay, it's Burger.
A cell burger.
You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe got someone with it? Wiretapping?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum?
Clearly not.
It's the
You know,
coolest place in this whole
don't know
gigantic
shit or
strip
fuck
mall.
about this.
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop.
Hello,
On
Westwind.
Regent Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there. Real musicians.
No, I'm definitely not
What's
close to
your eye
being
for
Disco Elysium. I'm honestly probably gonna continue playing this until it's over. But I'm probably gonna take a hot break from it. Because I've played it so much. And based on what I understand, based on what I understood, it sounds like I'm probably going to be probably going to be playing. Oh, the words are good and hard. What's most likely going to happen is that I'm going to keep playing it. From what I understood, it sounded like there was like around 5 days until the mercenaries go on a killing spree. So I imagine that's the end game. So we have to find the culprit and then turn the culprit into the mercenaries, so the mercenaries don't just slaughter everyone in the Union. And it's currently Wednesday, meaning that we have 4 days. I'm not sure if that's excluding or including this day, like the day I was told. So most likely the game was going to end on Sunday, since it is currently Wednesday. And it would make sense because that would be an entire week in game. You feel me? You feel me, Westwind? The Wested Wind?
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
No place for hungry and homosexual.
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
Don't know what that means.
I cried.
I don't know what that means either. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
How does it
The
work?
mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
just in case you missed the beginning of the stream, we're doing the media share part, in around 2 hours, give or take. Depends on where I am in the game, because usually when I'm actually playing 2 hours, it is usually in the middle of something. So I'm probably gonna try to finish that up, and then we're gonna temporarily, just for like a second, right, switch off the stream, and that so I can make it so it's no longer gonna be capturing the VOD of the quote unquote new stream of the media share. So you feel me here? I mean, you probably do. It's not that complex of a concept.
No.
Damn.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do. Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. Rich people. Rich people are east of the river. Aren't they? I thought they were as vachalaire as any of us, just way richer.
Oh, I'm getting boofs and borks?
Maybe you're right. Most of them do speak 3 languages.
I can barely speak 2, excluding computer languages.
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager. You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13, in Forberg. My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know, get my party on.
She nods very cautiously.
Yeah, you know how it is. What are you doing?
Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell.
I'm sorry for all the
What about headphones?
barking. My dogs are
I think I just
being
recorded
really
your
bad
footsteps
today.
too. Not sure how that.
So
would
I'm gonna
sound.
actually. Oh, whoa. Game? Game? What the? Game? Oh, okay. Um. I'm going to prepare just the mute button because my as I said, my dogs are being really bad today, and Fiona in particular just won't shut up.
My boyfriend sold them.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds.
Ah,
like that.
concept
It's hard to
artists.
explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be like a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be.
I know that
She feels childish. Very useless.
that feeling of
The
thinking
sharp
that something
drop
will
in
be
the
better
earth
than it
is
actually is.
like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill.
You know what I mean? Like I've definitely done stuff in the past where I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be so fun, and then I do it and I'm like, this is horrible. I want to go home.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that. I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
Thanks. That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry. As I said, Fiona has been incredibly bad today, so I might be muting myself often because she just won't stop barking.
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room. Music stuff mostly.
Ugh.
Like this tape recorder, but bigger.
These people sound like a
And
hassle.
there's piles of it. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Go ahead.
Let's see.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah,
The floorboards are twisting.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna I'm going to scream. There's just a non-stop source of sounds, and I'm very sorry about this, everybody.
There is a black patch of unlit coast.
There's very little I can do about it, honestly, but it's just like, it's just been a steady stream of annoying sounds today, at least, of like people like slamming cabinets closed, and my dogs and the neighbors upstairs like dragging furniture across the ground. It's just been a whole lot of just annoying stuff that I've had to deal with today. So I apologize. I'm also on edge because it's just been an incredibly annoying day, all things considered. But hey, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how the fact that I have hands now, and these hands are going to be used for the build stream. Those special hands, like little upgrades, I guess. They're mainly made of soft material compared to my hard plastic, so I'm able to interact with things much better So, yeah. Look forward to the build streams probably happening this week, boys.
There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
No. Not really, no. It's Noids. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Fair enough.
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell ya.
Alright.
The device is still warm
Oh,
from
yeah.
the touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's how dogs are. It's just, I feel like I'm also allowed to be a little
She looks you in the eye.
frustrated
her pupils
at
wide,
times.
surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
Not Child's Fantasy. So I'm gonna read this again. So I'm sorry you have to sit here on ice with drugs wearing off at your age or at any age in this weather, waiting for it to get dark. People who built this world intended to be better for you, but they failed. It is easier to live in failure with this by your side. Tap on the recorder. I'm just saying it's not a big deal. That's fair. I mean, I think you're the only person in chat right now, so if you don't mind. But it's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for now.
What
So
is?
you know. Dark.
I know. I'll stick to it.
Her teeth rattle. She takes the device from you and places it in her lap.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal.
Hell yeah,
a
boys.
fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
A lot of stuff has
Come
been
on,
eating
I
me.
can tell. But okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
I guess there
What
is
is
something
it?
that's been making my life hell. I think it's the plight of the working class. Everyone's just mooching off the entrepreneur class, shackling the door. There's all these foreign people taking on jobs. We'll just keep putting the selfish in greater good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one understands. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's very distressing.
So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for slow and steady progress. I wish people would be a little more reasonable is all. No, that's probably not, is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So you're not that upset, it sounds like.
So I'm highly distressed.
Uh-huh. And you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about, and not some
I
chick?
mean, I have apparently a wife.
Perhaps.
Now, I have some questions before this all
Go
started.
ahead.
Alright,
Okay, bye.
no, she seems like a pretty cool girl, all things considered. Even with the fact that she's just incredibly drugged out of her mind. Dash. Party. Tent erect. Bible markings. There's someone home like yours. Nice.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Sorry,
Squeeze in.
you barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Fair enough, Kim. Fair enough.
Actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
Also fair.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep working.
Kim, why you gotta do this to me, Kim? Kim, I love you. You just throw me under the bus? Just burn me? Burn me from all the bits like this? How could you do this to me?
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
Uh,
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
These people sound like, at least Andre. Andre sounds like he's British. I feel like I don't know where, but I've definitely heard British people talk like this before.
We have many in the pipeline, officer. You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue.
Know what I mean?
Also for talent.
Egghead. I haven't
Yeah,
heard Egghead talk more.
And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
Yeah, I think they're definitely British.
I apologise to my friend.
They have the same accent as Kuno, but Kuno's is a little more sharp
He has authority issues.
and also a little more drugged out of its mind. But these people relatively sound like Kuno.
Which brings
There's
me
no
to the
need.
problem of occupied ecclesiastical property.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
I mean, I feel like that is just with every building. Like, you know, every building, if not used, will inevitably be used for a different purpose, even if it is just a drug den, or in this case, most likely going to be turned into a failed club.
Dopeheads!
Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Reversham.
Is Montanese is Montanese in Jamrock or not? Because they seem to be using. It seems like Montanese is separate from Jamrock, but they keep saying like there are at the same time.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I won't stand for knock him. Okay, make a bit. I feel like you may be laying it on this a bit thick. It's really so bad, but these dope heads and
They're
burnouts.
spooky.
Spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre.
I mean, I can
and a place of spiritual refuge.
I can respect what they want to do, which is, you know, basically reuse an old building that's not going to use.
Don't clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up.
Egghead.
Bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Okay, Egghead is clearly, I don't think German's the right one, but like, German close? RCB, help me out here. What's Egghead's accent?
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right?
I don't think it's German,
Getting them out.
but it's like
Whatever spooky stuff
near
they're doing,
Germany,
I'm sure it's
right?
not the ecclesiastic
It's like those
centre
people
for
with I don't know. I don't know. It's the same accent that the people in the Black Forest gummy bear company uses for the commercials. That's all I know, I guess. Is I'm only coming up Black Forest voice. I don't know, sounds German to me. Okay, I guess it's just German. Oh, at least a German area, because it sounds German accents from what I've heard, at least in the United States, are very hard, but that it doesn't, unless the like, you know, they're probably usually like if it's like Egghead's case, usually in America, it's because they're making fun of Europeans for sounding rather flamboyant. So I don't know if that was an actual accent or not, but I guess it could be.
All right, man.
Cool.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Oh, so you met her?
Yeah, I've already met SL. She seems like a good person.
He's not as glad as he would like you to think. There's concern.
Keep in mind that this game was made by Estonians. You know, I actually don't know what Estonia is. Assume I'm going to look it up, since that's a hole in my knowledge.
Just something to contain the situation.
Let's see where Estonia is. I assume it's European, but I don't know where in Europe. It is one of those very small countries, it looks like. It is a very small country next to Russia. Good to know. Yeah, didn't know where it was in Estonia. Yeah, I saw it on a map. It's one of them countries that was basically like Russia plus back in World War II, you know.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
The speed freak dips into his pack and produces a yellow key, then makes a sudden cool infused move, tosses it in general direction. Reaction speed medium. Cool cop, catch the keys as it flies towards you. Let it fall to the ground, pick it up and like a normal adult person.
It's as if time is frozen somehow. Blam! Straight in
Damn.
the eye.
Damn!
A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right.
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally.
Yeah, I mean,
bad.
that's also I was also super overreacting.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm also like super overreacting here, fucking Harry. Calm the fuck
He looks
down.
like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
Fucking ugh.
I really am sorry, man.
Game, stop.
Take this, okay?
One thing, okay. Another thing that I'm gonna complain about. I dislike when the game does this specifically, right? Where it doesn't give me it doesn't give me a mild option, and like I get I failed the check, but at the same time it's like, game, I don't care. I'm not that upset, but this game makes it appear like I am like seething with rage, and it's
Well,
like
looks like there's quite a lot there.
I'm not gonna take your money.
The key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortable.
We were talking about the padlock, I think. Not long, like a week maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive. Exactly. That's
Yeah,
exactly
it's
what we
just
thought.
I dislike, as I said, when the game does that. When it just makes me seem overly anal about like a failure, and I'm just like, game, come on. I don't want to fucking save scum every little interaction, because if I fail, I come off like an asshole. That doesn't make me feel good, you know? Like, I already failed the check. You don't need to fucking rub it in, game.
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses. Yes,
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into
What?
water.
Andre, tell him about. Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
I'm curious.
No, the other one.
The other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
I wonder.
Like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church a couple of times, and we felt
That might be red.
something eyeing us inside. Sure, why not?
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark signs.
They.
What Noid said.
You have to see for yourself. These people are not reliable.
Sure. As always.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. We got what we need. I'm kind of done talking with these guys. They definitely come off as like punks, but like rave punks, which is like whatever. But you know, I dislike when the game makes me be mean, because I'm not a mean boy. I'm a cool dude. I am not mean. I am a very nice robot. Usually, I don't like being mean. I survived Frostpunk being nice.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum.
Interesting.
In the heart of the city.
Ba, 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 ba. I don't know why my microphone keeps detecting something and making me bounce up and down, which, I mean, I guess it's what it is, but at the same time, it's like, why? This is interesting. That's a computer over there. Oh, let's walk. I am uncomfortable right now. That's a computer over there. That's a radio computer. Bulb wires, what?
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things.
This
Nothing
is
seems to exist beyond the church anymore.
this is a location,
Maybe if you were to stand in just the
and
right spot, even your footsteps would be
I
confused.
I'm not sure how good I feel about this location.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums.
There you go.
You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps. Your voice is barely. It's unnerving. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head.
Oh, he can't hear either.
Leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Now it is time for crab. Sorry, what's crab right now, Lex? What's crabbing?
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
I wonder. Oh, you know, just in general. Are you cautionizing? Are you cautionizing right now? In my stream, Lex, are you turning it into Tot Fox?
His
I feel like you
detached
would
tone
like to turn into
conceals
Tot
hands,
Fox.
Uncomfortable ears. The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tensing.
Fun fact,
next
Basco,
to
every
you.
time I've visited,
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Managing to end up with crab people. I mean, colonization is just the natural way, assuming that there is an underwater entity, of course, because crabs actually can't really do shit on land, but like from a perspective
Just
of
darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
you know, someone cool. I forgot where I was going with this. Yes, let me rephrase that. It's been a long day, as I've said. I apologize, everybody. Um, Crabs are like the ideal predator state in the ocean. Um, so if there's like aquatic, like sentient aquatic things, it probably would end up being crabs or dolphins, because dolphins are actually another ideal bodily state for at least mammalian sea creatures. And yeah, fun facts for your face holes.
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork. There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
Blink. I've blocked.
You see something hanging from the rafters,
What?
looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
I'm wondering if this is just me imagining something in the darkness or not. So I'm not sure how much I want to talk with Mr. Spider Boy over here. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not supposed to run. Sorry. Hang on. Let's go over here. I'm gonna talk to you last, Mr. Weird Shadow Creature Boy. Should I get the Matrix? Because that's definitely a radio computer over here. Wait, there you go. That's a radio computer.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
We can talk to it later. I don't. I disagree, Kim. I feel like this is obviously them trying to set up a like, you know, the thing with the things filled with. Could it be so? Could these be? Could this be a pale emitter? Could this be the thing that Ruby was making, a pale emitter?
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Right place
Here
for what?
you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a weird way to present yourself to a police officer.
View of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Oh, yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over
I
here.
have not drunk at all this entire game. Thank you very much. I've been sober for 3 days.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, we should pay attention.
Okay, we'll talk to this
Look
weird
at these
person.
crazies. What is this? A fucking intervention.
I guess it is.
You, Crabman! You don't tell us what to do! Tell him!
This alcohol is central to my identity. If I wouldn't think I wouldn't be me. Just stupid. I don't even know what it is. That's all well and good. We need to talk about the unlicensed occupation of a ecclesiastic property.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome.
Oh, that's why it sounds so fucking weird. It's intentionally built to absorb sound. That's really weird. Why would anyone build something like? Oh fuck.
10 outside, right? I see him. Think they scared of me.
Have a reason?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach.
I'm not sure the acoustics of this church would really be suitable for a nightclub. Now that I've stood in the center of it and there's just no sound.
It'd be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself.
Up there, Holmes. I am. At least in part, Holmes. Into the mother's love burns away the cruel distinction.
This is really weird bits. I don't know how I feel about this.
Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Rabashaw. You know, I'm not so sure myself anymore. Don't really matter though. Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First timers are always nervous.
There's something illegal
The
about this
sinewy
question.
figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadow.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa.
I wish I spoke Spanish.
Don't know, Holmes. No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not.
Age can also be very deceiving because, you know, there's makeup,
Age is
like
just one of the many
surgeries,
mess we were.
like, as we saw with, like, the mercenary, you can look older than you are if you have, like, bodily injuries and stuff, too.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive?
Yes.
No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Could. Let's... Oh, nope, no running. I do think this might be a pale emitter. Right? That would make sense. Like, Ruby's trying to make a pale emitter, whatever that is.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There, you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands.
I am now a religious man.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Yes, I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
This
It's
is
a minor landmark, not easy to find.
interesting.
Most maps misplace it.
What?
It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Also, you
There
know.
used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
There it is again. A small pang of guilt.
You know why it was
I have
abandoned?
a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
Oh.
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure. 3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
You know, because I'm petty like this, boys, you know what's about to happen. Y'all saw the, y'all already know what's about to happen.
And complex wax painting. Despite the
Hey!
damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus.
Hippocampus.
This is Her Innocence Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to
Like a
have
saint?
lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
God. Yeah, it sounds like she's a saint.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit. More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time.
Those days described as a pope-like figure that lived 300 years ago.
An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Huh.
No, we are alone. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Mawindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world. Many things.
This
You know she was a woman of the
is
court,
really
the wife of an
interesting.
influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur, Queen of Seren, modern-day Sir Laclay. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed? The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman.
So sorry if I'm not talking a lot. This is just world building to the 10th degree, and I want to absorb it.
She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze.
Okay.
She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
I see. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing some adjustments real quick as well. Notice I'm picking up things and I don't mean to. Let's see. Down a little bit. Up. Okay. I might just be messing everything up right now. I have no idea if that sounds like anything. How do I sound since I've been adjusting some things about my audio receptors?
It was on her advice that Irene la Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on.
Interesting that there's like
She was crowned 2 years after
ale
the first
stuff.
expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
I'll explain the lung image.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. As did we all. The lands of the Mesc and the Occident, and even far away Supram Windy, altogether 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time, immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
That's
in a city called Advesper in Vesper, Messina,
wow.
her homeland. The name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt. Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen. One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else. Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Something I mean, it sounds like just something terrifying about her. I mean, generally speaking, I don't think being able to like you know, do what she's been doing was a natural thing. Also, hang on, I'm gonna listen on myself to hear. Okay, cool. I sound okay. Of course, I am biased because of the whole voice thing. You know you know how it is.
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her terriers, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacific, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
Oh, have I? Shit.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask? She's been dead for 300 years.
I feel like there's something
I am
involved
almost
here.
1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case. None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast, this isn't a good place to get lost in.
And you know how it is. It's gotta go like boop, and then boop, and then boop.
The shards glimmer in the dark.
You know how it
You
is.
see little pearl.
Actually, maybe I don't think I really need to do this with the reconstructing of the image. Let's go over here.
A machinist, the lieutenant, doesn't say anything, but you can sense that he doesn't like it.
It's also quite similar to the one we had down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the
Music's
real
very
ship.
loud. I
This is the
apologize.
real
Hang on, I'm just gonna bump it down.
A model number RC7024, equipped with a Fell mainframe and a Ream-compatible internet.
I'm bumping down the music because it is very loud when it comes to.
Printer. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its content. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat.
It's the lady
This is the
again.
personal log.
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good, thank you.
Hello.
Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please repeat the password.
Password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Received. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Okay. That was a...
Saint-Brune, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is nothing happens.
Is there anything else? Why can't I ever get a password? Wah wah. I just want to do stuff with the game. Like seriously, like I have no idea what to even begin looking for a password. Either way, we should probably bring Humpty Dumpty Dom Center. The Humpty Dumpty Dom Center. You do be the Humpty Dumpty Dom Center.
Hi again. So, and? What happened? Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think?
Very
Really?
spiritual.
Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Ah, he seems fine.
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him? I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem.
Yeah.
Now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
I love you, Egghead. Just met you, Egghead, but I like you. I like the cut of your jib.
I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? But she's in there somewhere. Has to be. Have you tried investigating the machines? Anyway, do let us know if you see her. Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it. You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo. Yes? As
Okay,
always,
let's just
we'll
move
be...
on. Yeah, that's not actually. Try to find a lady, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on, boys, and I just don't want you know, just exploring this scary boat over there. Boat. Actually, no, that's probably Now I'm thinking about it, that's probably just the boat that we've seen. Like the corporate lady on, you know? I'm not sure where else to look. No? So far it's just felt very, I guess, just
Our
non-happening.
tenant, the policeman. Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been.
It's relatively nice still, just a little banged up.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. Huh. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the nights. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that. Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something, before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
I see, so she must be an immigrant.
Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a
Fair enough.
place.
This place is
Back
very
when I was
decrepit.
young,
It seems that's
and
just
so
the
was
general
everyone
vibe of
else.
everything here is just degradation
Now,
and rot.
what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for what? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell.
Thank you, RCB.
But it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Now it's your turn, Mr. What a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them.
Exactly. W Freighter.
She's got a couple of ranks herself. Honored chief and so on.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says. Huh, I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part, the part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I won't sign union papers. I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises with never
It
planned
seems
to
like the union isn't as much of a union as it
Then
tries to
the poor
sell
get
it to.
pushed out of their homes, and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
She speaks with the authority of a leader. Hers is the final word around here. She is headstrong, but there's a slight hesitation in there.
I'm gonna save Scummit, because I just want to get it off my feet.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Logic and
Oh,
reason
well, I don't
don't
even need
work
save
with
scum.
this old bat. Better go for. Does this feel like a good thing, though?
What do you mean? What's going to happen?
Oh,
They
they're
are
gonna
gonna
grow up
grow
uneducated.
Of course. I raised my own kids in this village, and they are doing fine for themselves. No, they are good kids. I brought them up the right way.
Are they here now?
No, they moved to Faubourg for work. Well, I imagine they'll grow up and leave too.
You've got her. Now just reel her in.
Then what?
Then,
You have her. Now, wait. Let her come to it herself.
Look, judges and
I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change anything.
there we go.
What other choice do we have? It's not like the coalition government is coming to save us. I won't be around much longer anyway. Not with the dampness in my bones. If they want to take a chance, who am I to stop them? We do. We do. But how do we do that? Fine.
Ah, we did it. We did the quest, boys. I think we did a
See,
bad
that
choice
would
based on
just
how
get us
everyone
all
has
schooled.
been.
I might be half blind, but I have a good memory for treachery.
Let's go mail it.
He's not dissatisfied with you, but with himself.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too great about this either, but you know, gotta, I guess. Also, I don't really know what else to do. I don't really know what else to look. It seems like no one has seen Ruby, and I think that's kind of an issue. All things considered. You know how it is. You know how it be. Gotta go all the way to this fucking mailbox over here, boys. It is quite the long walk now to actually get anywhere from that side of the village, at least. Luckily, time doesn't pass when you walk.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front.
Yes, for sending mail.
You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. For good or ill, the deed is done.
Let's go back to Evrart. This better be worth it after what we did.
I mean, it's not like we like murdered anyone, but it's still just like why were we doing this again? I don't remember. Why were we doing that? Was it so he could tell us about the murder case that we already know about? Maybe he knows where Ruby is. Who's to say? After all, I don't have any idea where Ruby is at this point, because it seems like no one has seen anyone around. At least they won't tell me they've seen anyone around. Seems like the only people who might know are a bunch of kids, and they're kids. No, not much I can do there, because they're kids. They're little babies. Little chillins. Alright. Let's gander. Let's gander and talk to this big old dude. Big boy. This thick lad. I would say thick lad.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you
So now
today?
be able to ask for.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry, and I feel I can finally trust you now.
Uh-huh.
You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Hear that? You did it the honest way. You got the real signatures, and now he's happy. Well done. I don't know. Your dirty forgery fingers aren't sure if playing this one straight was the right thing to do. Finally, answers. Ask away, son.
There was no fine print, Harry, but I do hope all that construction noise and limited street access encourages some people to move. After a year of that ruckus, who wouldn't?
Really determined people.
And when they do, they will have a good place to go. I'm currently working on renovating the buildings near the roundabout into affordable workers' palaces.
Uh-huh.
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces. They're very large.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, we are going to reset it. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce. Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
I mean, to some extent, I agree, right? You shouldn't just let... Like, the city is in such a bad state still. Like, when Kim was having that fight with that racist lorry driver, the city was not lying when he said the city is in a gray limbo from the war. Because, like, I know war can take a while to recover, but 50 years and there's still buildings, like, destroyed in major residential areas? It's like... No, it's just, it's rough. It's really rough, I'm trying to say. So...
I accept your salute, Harry. All of it is true. I've got the centre, I've got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years I'll get the church too. The wheels are turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
Yeah.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain. The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that.
Like Kuno.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make
Kuno
a working
is
man
the
as
example
rich as
here.
Joyce Messier. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him as he thinks of her.
Order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They
Yeah.
told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too... Why a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Ugh.
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men.
This is what I was talking about with the woman, like the girl on the beach earlier. It seems people just keep doing random bullshit for their own gain without considering the lives of others.
The more
in
they
this.
send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not gonna give nothing. We're gonna take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're gonna take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Language.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance. Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start.
Yes, I guess he's
It's
not
already
lying.
happening. No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the
guy, huh?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply
Man, I
don't know.
wish the game would change dialogue when I actually know stuff already. So like, I wish I could say, "Hey, do you know where Ruby is?" Sounds like you might be a man who might know where Ruby is.
2,370.
That's a lot.
Plus yours truly, of course.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything. We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer.
Ugh.
With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
Like, just my thing is just like, you know, I dislike how this is being handled. Like, people will probably die. Actually, no, Smilo. We're just doing this face because we're talking to Evant Claire, and we know Evant Claire. We know who he is. We know that he's a little bit of a butt.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column.
Just,
we're
God,
gonna
dude,
transport
stop,
the living
please.
daylights out of those materials, Harry.
Please.
So your
Please.
sick kid can get his benefit, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperazole.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez. Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
You know why you're such a good detective, Harry? You don't get sidetracked. You care about the people you're supposed to protect. Not
I've been
systems that may
sidetracked
or may
many
not
times.
be
This entire
unethical.
thing's a sidetrack.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism
so-
of the
yeah.
drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitted.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it. Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering.
So, like, communism. Well, so he's a union worker. He's the union boss. Well, most likely. So currently, what he's proposing is everyone is incorporated, so everyone quotes unquote gets in on the wealth. But he's in charge still, as well as the inner circle of the union, which technically is syndicalist, which is basically communism, but instead of everyone, that being the people, working together in a commune, it is the union ordering people in the commune to do stuff. So it is syndicalist rather than communist. Communism implies that there would be no leaders, would be no need for a Everett Clare in a communist state. It would be everyone is the leader. Everyone has the choice. There would be no need for a leader. At least a permanent leader, such as Everett Clare and his brother, who have definitely basically rigged the system to be in their favor. So instead of being like communism, it's much more like totalitarian communism is what we saw in our history, is totalitarian communism, compared to true communism, or probably more apt, a democratic socialist situation. Yeah. Because you know what the ideal is with most people is a democratic socialist state, at least with people like this. Not Everett Clare, but people who would like work in a union and stuff, or just stuff like that. I'm not explaining it super well, but basically, you know what I mean. Hopefully, probably.
Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez. We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time.
Bro, I need to know where Ruby is.
Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big time mode, Harry.
Who's Leonard?
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But an old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character. So watch out.
Where? Who? God damn it, Fiona.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your
Anyways,
gun like that?
I was very drunk when that happened, and I had no choice in it as a person.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again.
The pigs.
Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
Yeah, I
It
can see.
actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
Where is?
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
God damn.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly been... This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, I'm always happy to educate... Very nice, Harry. Let's hear it, Harry. Of course.
Hang on,
Harry.
I'm gonna save Scum because I actually just want to know. I want to know if he actually knows what he does know.
Mr.
I assume
DeVar,
he's lying his
pleasure
ass
as
off.
always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already... Let's hear it, Harry.
As you look at the folder,
That's not an
Everett
RCM
covers it with
folder.
his hand and
He lied
pays
his ass off. It's his own
He's
personal.
hiding from you because it's not a.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely correct.
Yeah, like you.
You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yep.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you,
SMH my
Harry?
etch.
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery.
Yes, that's what I said.
Hell, we even know at this point that his name isn't even Harry. Well, it is Harry. It's Harrier Dubois. So he doesn't know shit or fuck. All he knows, he just knows I'm a dude, a guy, fancy man, fancy mancer. Some might even. Let's see. Front the pigs and get your gun back. I'm gonna get shot probably. Balcony. Go. Village. The washroom's basically look back somehow. I guess we need to pursue Fisherwoman, who is rather nice, all things considered, but you know, it is what it is. I don't want to harm her. In a very overall, she's a very nice woman. You know, she's letting me stay in a shack for free. Wait. She's letting me stay in her shack for free, I think. If I recall correctly. Good. Now I can hoard money. Because we still live in a capitalist society. And I need currency somehow. That. Yep. I'm gonna do that. We're going to the fishing village again. My bits. My bitties. My bitty bits. Oh, stuff over here. I just realized there's things over here. Stuff that has yet to be explored. Inverted stars, so that means it is a communist thing. As we know, the communists bright stars on their stuff. At least that's what we understood from the breaking and entering we did at the apartment building.
The door has seen better days.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out after we are done with the day. I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Okay.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can...
Noise. Time to search for kind of.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
Oh, floorboard.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack,
That might be a Ruby thing.
One of them, the edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though.
I'm not supposed to use that face anymore. I'm happy
Something
now.
bad.
I'm Hapsco.
Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in
There
paper.
it is.
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out.
Bullets?
A bullet. The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Oh. That's...
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears.
That's...
Outside,
to be
it is
depressing.
cold and windy.
Ow.
But you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
Waves crash onto the beach, drowning the reeds.
I don't think...
Far to the south,
Part of me thinks
a
that
congregation
Ruby
gathers
isn't the
to a
murderer.
soup kitchen in a shelter for the homeless.
But there's just
An
so
old
many
woman
signs
gives
pointing
out
to
knitted
Ruby.
scarves for free.
It feels like I'm missing something here.
Far to the southeast, two men and a woman dress themselves in ceramic armor. A shortwave radio hisses on the windowsill. One makes a salute, the other downs a drink. Weapons under the bed. A middle-aged man stands in a rundown shack on the edge of a fishing village. Nothing nods. No one salutes him. No sight of the fugitive. Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Revachol forever.
Eat.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap. The water reflects back a vague image of your face.
I don't want to
You'll be
shave.
looking like a pansy without the chops. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean your...
I might have to
On the
save
table,
Scum
you see a bowl of
fucking
water, a rough
shaving.
soap, and next to it, a small... Your hand trembles as you scratch your cheek.
Yeah, let's fucking... Also, sorry, I did not notice you actually messaged me that. Yeah, I discovered that when I went into the
A straight razor
the
sinks
apartments.
inside
The
wish.
antlers and the reverted white star is signs of communism. God
Your
damn.
hand
Let me shave, game. I want to shave. I want to look clean, baby. Maybe I won't look like such a fucking mess.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, like an artist
There.
with a brush or a master swordsman. You use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
You gotta feel your cheeks after.
It feels so smooth.
Oh,
surprisingly
wow,
smooth.
I look...
A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face, despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling.
I do look a little younger, but I'm still making the face.
The nature of your cheeks makes the expression seem even more like a terrifying grimace.
I still... Should I level up electrochemistry? What do I need to do to get rid of the face? Let's see, can I get rid of the face? Electrochemistry, impossible, shaved?
Reflection in it.
Should I dump electrochemistry? I think I might just dump electrochemistry just so I can get rid of the face. Cause it's let's see. What did that change?
Hangs on the wall.
8? Okay, that changed quite a bit, all things considered. So let's do... Oh, I'm tempted to do twice. Let's see, is it feasible? Feasible now?
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
It's more feasible. Let's do it one more time. Ah! Alright.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see
that's much better. So let's just you know the drill by now. Just do a little shit. We'll just do a little bit.
You see your reflection in it. Still not happening.
Let's try again. That way, I'm gonna look like a new man when I come out of the shack. Kim's gonna be flabbergasted.
You see your it's like something snaps in you. A nerve ending. A thought.
A sadness.
A sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that.
Oh, I just look depressed.
The running gag that your life had become.
I now look just super depressed.
Looks back at you.
I mean, I kind of look like I look like just a depressed drunk now rather than a happy question mark drunk. So, Kim's gonna be like, who the fuck is this? It's not my partner. This is some random man. Kim, what do you think about my face being different?
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps.
Just tell me. Just say it. Just say it.
No, it's okay, I guess. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem
the depression covered up the depression.
Damage.
Yeah.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Our tenant,
oh man, even the model's different.
Don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Damn that girl.
Yep, you are harboring Ruby, you fool. You charlatan.
A long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
But you didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
Yeah, now I just look very depressed.
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear, we welcome all kinds of people here. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into?
She may have murdered a man.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before, but this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we
have quite a few.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock I think. I cleaned it, like I always do. No, She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. How would I know? She's a
I've
tough one, what
forgotten
about
it.
She
Or maybe
doesn't
she's
go
like
around
saying like,
pushing
hey,
people.
there's a gun here.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
Aye, do tell.
It's...
Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
Yeah.
He looks at you.
It's,
then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter. Like you sometimes get, son.
Have any time?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that. I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing
North.
in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
Oh,
One
I
thing,
see.
officer.
I see.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
I'm still approaching Ruby's situation as tentatively the murder. Yeah, my I keep looking at the portrait and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have stopped the expression because now I just look really sad.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings. We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. In conclusion, she could be under any building. I hope not.
There's no echo.
Alright, let's see. Need to go into the Feld. And later we actually need to come back here and get a gun back.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a...
No. I won't even try.
You know, yeah.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This part of his eyes. Things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my...
So I
shooting
wonder if
courses
he's
every
close or far-sighted. Like, which one is he better at? No?
You see, a once bright mural towering
Look,
above you.
look,
The
a
signage has
loose
peeled
panel.
off over the above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing. In the room, there's something in the wind. Sometimes the
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower, maybe.
Ugh. How am I supposed to do that at this point? What is it? Level 20?
Suddenly, all is quiet, trying to talk to the prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. I think there's people west of here. We could ask them.
Indeed, you hear what sounds like two men arguing where the lieutenant is pointing.
And then there's the church. If I were a murder suspect, I would not hide in the most prominent building here. But who knows? Maybe she's reckless. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
I'm trying to think of where we should go.
Then, if we're desperate...
Walk the coast, buckle up and raise your collar. This...
I don't know. Let's just go around. We could try to talk to to that lady again on the phone. Maple with the 25. Thank you so much for that. Welcome. Please conversion rate don't. you did just right. You got exactly $25. 69 is intact.
Handset. There's a tone. The machine is calling. Still again. Someone.
Yes.
With a
Hello, Gerard speaking. Don't worry about it, buddy. Happens to all.
phone. Disconnect tone.
Want to see?
Calling.
It's fine. Thank you for coming.
Calling. Still call. Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
The phone. Disconnect.
Yeah, I feel like I messed up. But you see, it's funny joke. It's funny haha meme time. Oh, hang on. Idiot. I know this is a small thing. I know it's a small thing, but Idiot Doomspiral lost a jacket, right? And that's a random jacket. I mean, it was like the only time ever clothing was actually pointed out in the game, other than the very beginning. So I'm gonna see if I can get it washed, maybe, or if I can just hand it the dirty ass jacket to Idiot Doomspiral.
Our tenant, the policeman, I can wash it for you. But it's going to...
Hell yeah. No. We must run around cease.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
The game keeps making fun of me for running.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do.
That is true, but you see, also at the same time, funny haha meme videos. Also, once again, Maple,
all that filth.
you know the drill,
I hope
Maple.
you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Know the drill. You gotta submit a video for the video share. You get to make me say something as well as write a tweet for me. You know the drill. Send them to me on DMs. And let's track down Idiot Doom Spiral. Because
Tequila Sunset. It's you. We've met before. Don't you remember? Maybe. You look...
Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
This is something funny, you know? It doesn't have to be memes, but like I would also prefer something that doesn't get me like striked, like dinged.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth. Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them.
45
That's
minute
pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Oh, maybe in private.
Does that sound like something you'd do? Yeah, probably. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as...
Well, the word on the street may be a rumor, but what happened next is It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere.
Maybe, perhaps.
Followed by a series of dings and bangs. Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach, you revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Apocalypse Cop.
After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to.
What else was there to do? Thank you, brothers, for your helping hand.
We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on. No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point...
By the way, Maple, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I managed to shave and also stop doing the face, so now I look just incredibly depressed.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Yeah, the face is gone. The expression is no more. Same with the sideburns and the mutton chops. I don't.
That's quite a
My
story.
character is clearly
Yeah,
beyond his years.
I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Uh-huh.
Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through. You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics.
Woo them by some
It
way.
was more about you that night.
Exactly.
You
But
were
don't
the
be talking
star
about
of
yourself
the
like that,
show.
RCB.
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you did.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking story.
Is what you almost say. But the words choke in your throat. Do you really want to miss exactly so you know what to say?
It depends.
Okay,
really.
I guess I'm forced to
Are
be
you
idiot
willing
doom
to
smile.
help me out?
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in...
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relate. So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doomspire? Then I will see you again once you've procured some. Par exemple, my good friend Rosemary.
All kinds, sir. Beer.
I don't have money for alcohol, though. I don't have money for alcohol. Man, it really seems like I need to succeed that Shivers. No. I've been informed. Hang on, I'm also gonna just look. There we go. Alright. That video is locked in. Also, Maple, don't forget you also get to make me say something and stuff like that. I have been informed that I should keep going on that payphone. So I'm gonna do that real quick, even if it's draining my cash.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone.
So buckle up.
Calling.
I'm tired.
You're tired of?
Writing. I hate writing so much. But I have to get back to it.
The man disappears with a you do not hear the customary disconnect tone. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens.
That's weird.
Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
One.
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial. Then pull down on the number. Then move one up and repeat the motion twice. Strange. This is not how you started before.
Keep dialing.
4447. The 1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal.
See.
Like a bell tolling. Yes. 451.
How long is this fucking phone number?
451. You are going deeper now. Into some unknown place.
Must finish
far
it.
away from this
We must continue.
and its telecommunications.
We must finish what we have started here.
You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection.
Oh, on God?
An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with the crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage stage of distortion. Far away, a distant network of phones. Calling.
Oh.
Calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world. Both pitiful and terrifying. You feel your pulse rising with each ring. Calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy.
Let's call more. We must see it to the end.
Calling. 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 Calling still.
Jesus Christ.
Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever
I think
heard.
we're calling Cthulhu. I think we're calling Cthulhu here.
Hello?
Am I dying? This reminds me of Callie when I've been on calls with Callie and she's trying to sleep.
Who is this?
Voice is
No,
beautiful.
no. It's you, isn't it? It's you. Dora. Who is this?
Dora?
The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you. To make it possible to live.
Is this?
And fight.
What? Oh no. Is that you?
I'm a little confused here, boys.
You're not ominous, Harry. You're drunk.
She knows my name?
Because it's me. Look, I don't understand what you're saying or why you're calling me. You seem drunk.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, God. Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours. What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
Oh, this just keeps hurting me.
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
I'm in Morova, sleeping. To work. The academy, where I work.
No response, only a sigh. The connection
I
cracks.
keep hurting myself. This is such a painful call.
She does not answer anymore.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money.
What was that? What was that? What was that? Who was that? Who's Dora?
Run. To the church. Home. Anywhere but here. Anything but calling her again.
We need to. I'm no.
You dial the number in the middle of it. A familiar ring. Small. Distorted.
Relative?
Calling. Calling. Calling.
Come on.
Calling. 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 It looks like she doesn't want to pick it up, Harry. Stop scaring her.
Why?
Come on. You know why.
I don't know why.
Calling.
Harry, please.
Sorry. I'm so confused.
Underneath it, she is naked and warm. under a blanket.
All of these answers are all of this is just so weird and like slightly creepy to say. I don't. It's just. It's so confusing.
There's a sigh.
No, 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 don't. No!
Disconnect tone.
I said the wrong thing. I just need to. Who's Dora? Who the fuck is Dora? I just. There's so many questions and none of them were answered. I wonder if I can say it.
A metal payphone.
I wonder if I can do it again.
Dome. There's a bit life is garbage.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm scared. I'm scared to. I'm scared to do the fucking. What was that? What was that? That was so fucking weird. Okay, Maple, just because you said you asked. I'm saving while calling again. We're calling again. We're gonna call again.
There's a life is. You dial the number. Calling.
He's not gonna pick up.
And calling for who knows how long, but no one answers. You need to insert more money to call. The cold metal is hard and hurts your knuckles. You look at them.
I'm just gonna fucking. I'm gonna fuck up this bitch.
It didn't give you any fun for.
What was that?
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a life is garbage.
I can't. What the fuck was that? What was that? I have so many questions and none of them were answered. Who's Dora? There has to be.
The once bright mural towers above you.
I got a bonus from doing that call. I got a bonus from doing that call. What the fuck? At least I got a bonus from doing that awful phone call. What was that? Where? I need to find the cryptozoologists. I just realized that. Yeah, I'm looking something up. I'm just gonna look them up because I feel like I've searched almost everywhere here. I just can't find them. Oh my god. Maple, are you actually going? Maple, I just saw your messages. I just saw your message, Maple. Do you want me to use that face that was made? Hang on. Hang on. No, it's not a joke anymore. It's not a joke anymore. Not to me. Not to me anymore. This is a full on. Hang on. Hang on, everybody. 1 second. My special folder. Bam, bam. In my special folder. Just wait, everybody. Just wait. You aren't ready for this, Jazz. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I didn't actually look at the name. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready now. Properly. Alright, everybody. Alright, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, just you don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. So, you're very funny, Maple. And now you gotta suffer. Now you gotta suffer the consequences. Suffer the consequences of being a dork. 'Cause you're a dork. Oh, I don't think I've been up here. Have I been up here? Wait, I think I have? I have? Oh, not the Lenny face would also be a good one to have, if I'm being honest here. Oh, that's a trap? Looks like a trap. Oh, is this what the cryptozoologists are? Oh, I've definitely not been up here. Have I? Have I? I do not know. I do not know if I have been up here. Feels like I should have. Yep, I have not been up here because there was stuff there. Where? Hey, I'm just gonna look up where the fucking cryptozoologists are because I'm trying to find them. I don't know where. Don't know where EB is. Where EB is. Yes. Yes, I am actually wearing it. Yes, I am. This is what This is what I've been created for, Mother. Where the beans are these people? I'm looking. No, you, Calarothama. Calarothama, if that is your real name. But yeah, this is. I'm just gonna keep this on for long as long as I can. Oh, hang on, he actually changed. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was about to say like, oh no, does it not do the little bounce? You in bed. All right, have a good night. Have a restful rest. Beth? Try to find. Yeah, see that's the key. Trying to fucking find these goddamn cryptozoologists, but I can't find them fucking anywhere. It's just like, where are the cryptozoologists? Where are some cryptozoologists when you need them? Am I right, gamers? Do they only spawn when? Where is it? Oh, that's something. That's a thing. That's a thing there. I didn't realize there was a thing there. Let's get the thing down.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Hey, now I have access. Much easier access, I should say. Bell build. Oh yeah, by the way, you missed a really painful phone call. It was very painful. I think I called my wife. The game. I think I called my wife in the game, and it was one of the most painful phone calls I've ever seen in this game. I think it was my wife. Wait, there's shit over there. How do I get? I can't get. How do I get to that shit? Yeah, I think wife. Oh yeah, there's the auto path. Let's see, how do we get down there? What the fuck? I thought that was blocked off this entire time. Oh, is this them?
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out.
The Australians.
Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
The crypto-fascist?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe the pleasure? Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881. Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Yeah, you fucking...
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon.
This...
If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
This is a very Australian thing.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in. I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the...
The lieutenant takes a short note.
Which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds, laying traps...
Oh!
Good question.
Let's see.
Being a phasmid of the order...
I also realize I am like super overtime. But you know, whatever. Let's just go for the usual 3 hours then.
In this case, the reeds.
And then we'll do the media share.
Aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolve, without studying a live specimen.
I think you're just trying to... It's like... This dude is like trying to find Bigfoot.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
I'm expecting it to be quite giant.
It's a phasmid.
One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Seems puny, to be honest.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for.
Yeah, bugs are actually quite fascinating creatures.
Catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long,
would be glory itself.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. Not yet. That's what makes it a...
I want to talk to this crypto fascist. I bet he's gonna be a clown. Haha.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
Yeah, I'm switching back to my normal face.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
I don't want to get dinged. I'm not sure if that would get me dinged or not.
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
What does that mean?
Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to
cloning.
In adverse
Asexual
conditions.
reproduction.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick. Yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
Delicate.
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be.
Yes. What? And I'm eager to return to her.
Just, exhausting the audio logs, you know how it is.
Understands that. Just
come on, Morale.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not.
Come on, she wants us back.
Won't let Lena down. Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen
Oh.
a verified sighting on record. Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof. No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular.
I could check them.
What would we do if the Fed?
He's dead set on this. I could go for.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Yes, indeed. Both require.
Yeah, I could check on some of those traps for you, bud.
To detail and, above all, persistence. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there.
Okay.
It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there.
Oh, I
On
think
your
we've
way
seen
to the
that
old
one.
radio tower, after the church.
Yeah, we've been there already.
The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
All right.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture? Is it?
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
Bring it to me at once. That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event, it's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it. Wise choice.
This is the smell of dying reeds.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses.
It is precious.
Right.
All right.
Whatever he thinks.
Finally.
Thank you for your help.
If it's more cryptid, but what if the information is vital?
There we go. So I was starting to get to the point where I was like, okay, time to just pick up the pace here a little. Let's talk to him.
Hello, I'm Gary. Yellow Man. I mean, officer.
I hate you.
The lieutenant raises. Yellow Man. That's.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here. Oh, I've been tempted.
I don't like this guy already.
Stay strong for Revocol.
You can't even pronounce it correctly. It's Revachol, not Revocol.
He pronounces Revocol with a hard K, unlike other people. Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
Something tells me that you're just an idiot.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd. It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great.
great to hear someone's fine.
So you do know something
Mm-hmm.
about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's...
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes.
My mug?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all. Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
Using a standard form, officer. It's 50 real. You're getting off easy. In return, we expect information.
Yeah, fuck this fucking idiot.
Nothing.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
Officer, please. Let me explain.
You
I
fucking
was only
did.
cleaning up. I live right across
Dude,
the yard from
are
where
you
he was
serious?
hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would.
This is a
I put
weasel.
them into the whirling's
You know,
trash,
as much as I hate
along
Claire,
with a
he was
broken
not wrong in describing him as a weasel.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Bruh.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly.
Not.
That's exactly what it was. I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal.
Bruh.
He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez, so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry.
I don't like
okay?
this guy. This guy
I thought I
bums
could
me
cut
out.
Costs. I shouldn't have.
Disgraced. No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
You can... Him.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but...
There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after.
I hope I could help.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
Hang on. You know how it is. Just,
I mean,
fucking clinking.
officers.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him.
Uh-huh.
Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together. Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I was ashamed of what I did.
You fucking looted the body and then threw...
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going... Later, Morale. I've got a...
No. You've got explaining to do.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead, but so low.
Why'd you really put them in?
Picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. CLI officers...
It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic appointment.
Let's just move on. I'm done with this fucking dork. This guy acted like pretty much any, like, run-of-the-mill...
That patch of reeds over there It's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way. Nothing.
Yeah, this guy that guy acts like any, like, 4chaner when confronted with the fact that they're being a piece of shit. They're like, oh no. Oh no. I'm garbage. Remember, if you act like that, if you call someone racial slurs right in front of them, you're garbage. Simple as that, you know? I don't like you and I will never like you.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the reeds sway in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
You set the apparatus back on the ground among the reeds.
Alright. Did I get... Oh, I got the armor. Can I put the armor on? What does it do? Pain threshold, volition, -1 empathy. What does it look like? Oh, I can just wear it underneath my... What does it look like? That's a wild looking armor set. That armor looks wild. It's like layered. It looks almost like an insect. Almost like an insect. Let's get this finished up. And then I'm gonna switch over to the media share. After a small break, of course. By the way, I'm very proud to say, what does it look like? Next. No, it's just like first of all, that's a horrible pun, Maple. That was a horrible pun, and you should feel bad about that pun. Second, no, it doesn't really bother me that much. You know, I am low-key smooth braining it right now because I forgot where the other traps are located. I think you said look around here, right? By the boathouse, said. Real quick, I want to talk. Let's talk to her again.
Hi, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's a wreck. From time to time, people need a Some went to patch gone. To the waves.
I want to see if this actual
Now,
work.
before you tell me...
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working for life didn't really...
This is neither a... She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another.
Yeah, this is what I was seeing. This is what I wanted to see if this would actually work.
Some action.
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll... Hi.
No, ma'am.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff. Bad news...
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the...
In time.
Waves wash the
I
sand.
want to ask you
across the
out.
mirrors.
Like I said, fish mostly. sail the waves, take care. I sell the fish to people in the delta to sometimes I.
This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Oh, very. Finding pieces of glass, bits of wood.
How do I ask this
Every once
lady
in a while
out?
we get dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
A mine?
What else? Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass. Very
romantic. That's the spitting definition of romance.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely. Mines. Mines. You need mines.
Mine. Drugs. Okay, why don't you
Go where? The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something. People imagine picking up and finding something better is an easy solution.
it's scary solution
How is
too.
that supposed to work when all your time and energy goes to staying alive? You have almost nothing to set aside to actually fight your way out.
Hordes of wild, homeless people roaming the lands. Nomads scattered across an endless plain. In a dystopian world where tear is the only valid currency and people eat each other to stay alive.
I don't mean to complain about my pauper life. We are warm and fed here and... I don't know. There's just something about this shithole.
Fair.
A sudden gust of cold air blows in from the sea. The waves flow and ebb even at the worst of times. Revachol cares for its inhabitants.
Oh, gotta wait for him to... Got it. Got it. Because I want to ask you out. I just like the character design. It's very cute. Let's continue searching for these traps. Right. I think they said that there was another trap over here. I'm like max zoomed out. See if I can find it. This is what they said was by the boathouse, right? Check the trap just set up in the morale. This is all just check the trap near the boathouses west of the fell. Oh. Well, I need to be down here anyways. Whatever. Don't by the bank. By the bank. Right? Ah, yep, right there. Ha! Walks right into it.
A familiar apparatus lies among. This trap is also full of panicked.
Another empty trap.
Neither does the lieutenant. He just reads Ben, the constant.
Alright, one down. Go two down. West of the Feld building. We need to go all the way back to the Feld building. Like I said, I'm probably just gonna wrap up this quest and then we'll switch over. So get your funny videos ready. Especially if you donated. Feld building. West. Is this what house we're into? Down here. What's in the boathouse?
This trap's not nothing but
empty as all of them.
The lieutenant stretches his back.
Go. And then we're done. Yeah. Oh, he's gone.
This is the last of the trap field. No locust, no phasmid either. But still, your voice echoes on the coast.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty We did, sort of.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and the reeds by the abandoned camps. The later it gets, the colder.
Nice. Alright, let's just wrap up this quest, take that money, and then let's just call it a day. I believe they are already at the Whirling Rags. Might as well just go there anyway. Just listen, blaze through that dialogue, and then we'll watch some funny haha videos. I believe I forgot to actually write down the order of which ones come first, but I know the messages, so messages should suffice. Hopefully. And hopefully I don't miss anybody, and if I do, I am super, super sorry. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Sprinting all the way back. I like how the game makes fun of me for sprinting all the time, but that's just because I don't like being super slow. Like in real life, right? Outside of the stream, I've been criticized on numerous occasions by my caretakers for walking incredibly fast. And that's just because I don't like being late. And I know there's like no way to be late in this game really, unless you just don't know how to manage time at all. But you know, it's about the message. Message, not the money.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you. Here, I want to give you a small token of my
Oh, you
gratitude.
don't need to give me anything.
It's a tie. Mexican origin. The pin is an antique. Quite special.
Wait, is it like a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull?
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of it. There's really no point in manipulating.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods and is cryptids. Ooh, tough choice there.
No, it's the cryptid.
The cryptid.
Oh, yes. The eight-eyed Teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters.
That is ludicrously long.
3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
Mutation? All of evolution is a mutation.
Until it was cited by renowned Gotvaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Platten. It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm. Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost, without any navigation equipment and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan.
A little bit. It's a little tedious. It is what it is.
Every
We have
now
a
and then,
lot of
the
shit to
bird
do.
would dive down
I'm just
to
realizing
feed on
that.
an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, The Teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
Eat the bird. Uva. It's the only way to survive.
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it. Professor.
So I'm kind of zooming through because I'm actually not super interested, actually.
He could see it had 8 eyes. The bird was controlling his mind. The 8-eyed Teratorn was indifferent to him, as long as absolutely, sweetie.
Modern radar telemetry shows...
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
Sadly, yes, but there are numerous reports of 8...
The dog outside that's like bellowing. It's not even like really barking, it's more like, ah!
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking that man is into cryptids. So, of course, dear. Oh, you don't want to hear.
I want to see this. Let me just... Actually, I just want to...
Reflexively, the lieutenant, Redis, is familiar.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand. I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy hate.
Yeah, there's only one, I'd say, from like infanthood,
Strangest moment
quote unquote infanthood, that I have that I really saved because it's kind of hard coded now, and that's how I got my phobia of lightning.
It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique.
She had no fear.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people...
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant.
Yeah, that's like how you tell your kids.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she...
You're welcome, sweet.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I need to tell Morel. Hang on, then we'll finish it.
He tries to play it cool.
I checked all the traps.
Okay.
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the
It
insulated.
is. Well, it's not super a hub. It's more like a place where you stay. But I guess it was a hub until we got across the canal.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts.
Yes.
Another trip to the reeds.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Mine stands.
I did not mean to be sarcastic.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it?
Maybe later. Maybe later. Weeks. I got some stuff. I got the that cool. So I am gonna call this part of the stream concluded, babes. So because the next part of the stream is gonna be unarchived, I'm gonna be temporarily turning the stream off and that good jazz. Let me just exit the game. Yeah. So the situation at hand here is basically, like I said, I'm gonna be turning the stream off temporarily so I can actually switch over to a unarchived stream of the media share so I don't get deemed. I'm gonna write so I'm gonna do that right now, and it's gonna be just real quick, you know how it is.
What's wrong?
There you go. What's funny, I know this was just a little sound. I just discovered this apparently. Real quick. The Skeletor, before I include this part of the stream, Skeletor in the new He-Man show apparently is doing everything because he's an incel. Anyways, once again, thank you all for watching, if you're watching this as a VOD. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Next stream, actually, I have not actually scheduled out the next stream for this upcoming week. But basically, you know, it's probably going to be some more relaxing week for me. I am going to be definitely appearing on Timero's re-debut, so look forward to that at least. And yeah, I'll see you guys in literally just a second.